Dudes Talk Shit, episode 57. We are live on YouTube and we are also recording this for Vince Russo's network on YouTube as well. So welcome to everybody. I am Trump the good one sometimes. Also joining us is Bryan 3SL Lives.
Hello.
And I gotta ask you about your I ask everybody about their nicknames. What does here for the BS mean?
That's all I'm here for. Just here for the
Also,
BS.
okay. All right. Well, that's why it's called Dudes Talk Shit, because we talk shit. And joining me below is TJ the Vote Suppressor.
Good evening.
And so why that name? Or is that something we're gonna get into later?
Yeah, we'll get into that.
Okay. All right. So just get into some stuff before we get in the nitty gritty. It's raining like cats and dogs out here today. It's Thursday.
The devil beating his wife.
The devil's tearing her ass up right now. The way it's been raining all day, I swear to goodness, it's been crazy. I had to go to my mailbox, and my mailbox is walking distance, but I had to drive there today to the mailbox to get my mail because it's raining like shit out here.
You worry about a little water hitting your ass?
Hey man, look, I ain't got time for that. That's a whole nother thing. So I guess we're gonna get into it tonight. I think what I wanted to talk about, we can probably push that to the next show because that will definitely take up the show. As you know, election day is 4 days away, right?
Yep,
right?
4
days away. And as much as I don't like to talk about politics or get into this shit, because
we gotta talk about it today.
Because we got into, but we're gonna touch on it tonight. All right. So 4 days from now, the country will choose either 4 more years for Trump or a year for Joe Biden, because he may not last through the whole year the way he is. But
that's fucked up.
What? I know you're not saying that's fucked up. You came on here and wished the man died.
I did.
Okay,
I did.
so what's fucked up by saying the man might not last the whole year?
Me wishing him death is different from you just assuming that because Joe Biden is old, he's gonna die. That's different.
I didn't say he was gonna die.
Dirty, man. It's just dirty.
I didn't say he was gonna die. I said he may not last the year. Now, how that is, whether they bring up the 25th Amendment or he just croaks and dies, I don't know, but it ain't looking good for him right now. As far as winning, it's looking good for him to win. It's not looking good for him to.
I don't think it's looking good for him to win right now.
You don't think so? Okay, so let's get right into what you wanted to talk about. Let's talk about it. Let's get into it.
Well, me and my wife voted today. We went and voted early.
Okay.
The voting was pretty quick in and out. So my first thing is if you're going to vote, I would not wait to the day of. I would not wait to put stuff in a box. I would not wait to mail anything in, because there's going to be some sheer fuckery with the vote that happens if you do not go and vote in person. I just believe that's just me. I'm a conspiracy theorist, and I just think that it's just going to be fucked up. But here's the thing.
Or either way.
It's just going to be fucked up. Okay. Because Trump has already laid the groundwork for there being a dispute of the election. He's not going to concede. He's going to try to use the Supreme Court to fight it out. And I think people have gotten so distracted by the thing that's going on with Trump. I think that is the least important factor right here. I think the most important factor is that if people are really fed up with Trump and his bullshit, then what you have to do is you have to return and give the country a Democratic Senate and a Democratic House. That would thwart pretty much any fucking thing that he's going to try to do. Plus, if the Democrats do win the Senate and they maintain the House, I think that Pelosi is going to immediately, on January, if he wins, she's going to immediately start impeachment proceedings. He's just gonna be the fuck out of here. But Democrats have a big problem. They have a a seismic problem. And that seismic problem is number one, which a lot of people aren't talking about. What up, Cuzzo? The Hispanic vote basically is split down the middle. Despite what the fact that he did in locking them kids up and the way he locked all those people up, fact of the matter is the Hispanic vote is straight down the middle. The second problem he has is black men, particularly young black men.
Who you talking? We talking about Biden now or Trump?
Biden. Biden has a problem with black men, and it's an issue that the Democrat Party has failed to address properly. And what they have done is they have spoken to black men through black women. They've spoken to black women, but they speak to black men through black women. And what I mean by that is they're not talking to us and not speaking to us directly, not speaking to the concerns of black men directly. They have the surrogates that are out front, the Cedric Richmonds, the dude out of South Carolina, the D.L. Hugleys, but they're not going and engaging black men. And that's becoming a problem for them because black men are being projected to vote 13%, maybe higher for Trump, or they're not going to vote at all.
I have heard projections, and this wasn't just on CNN and Fox. I've heard in several places that Trump is going to get, he's definitely not going to get the majority, but he is going to get a lot of the black male vote between 18 and 44.
I think that what they're saying is his numbers for this election is going to be higher than they were in 2016 with black men. And that's a problem when you constantly speak to one particular demographic and you market it that black women save the party and you don't acknowledge black men. See, what Trump is doing, which I don't fall for it, but Trump is acknowledging black men. He's acknowledging black male voters. That's something that the Democrat Party don't do. They say, oh, we just need to go after black women. We need to go after black women, and we need to go after these white women that voted for Trump. They fail to even acknowledge the concerns of black men. See, that's a problem. And black men are getting to the point where they're saying, okay, we're not going to be bullied. We're not going to be manipulated. We're not going to be shooed away. You don't want to have a conversation with us. You don't want to talk to us. You don't want to address our issues. We'll fix that at the polls.
I see it
because it's already being prepped that if Biden loses, black men are going to be the blame. We're going to get the blame. Nobody's going to say white women didn't come out for Trump. Come out for Biden. Nobody's going to say, well, damn, half the Hispanic community went out. Nobody's going to say that. They're going to say it was black men that didn't come to the polls. Either black men didn't vote for Trump, didn't vote, or black men went and voted for Trump. We're already being primed to get the blame. And Trump is not being a politician. He's being smart. He knows what a Democrat weakness is. He's going after it. Lil Wayne just came out today and said he endorses Trump. He endorses his platinum plan. And everybody keeps saying, well, who is Lil Wayne? Well, Wayne got a lot of fans that he influences. And when Ice Cube said that, hey, I went and spoke to the...
Wait a minute. Is this a real picture of them, or did they Photoshop that?
That is a picture from today.
Wow.
And you see how everybody just attacked Ice Cube the last couple of weeks. I got a buddy that I went to high school. He attacks Ice Cube every day. And I'm like, dude, first of all, you're too old for this. Second of all, you're dedicating more energy in attacking Ice Cube, who is an influential person within the community, than you are pushing Biden's plan. You're attacking Ice Cube for being an independent thinker. Like Ice Cube, it's like they mistook Ice Cube for Kanye. It's like now anybody that is willing to even entertain Trump is getting attacked. And the attacks is what's going to turn a lot of young black male voters off.
That's what I'm saying. What they're doing is it's going to have the opposite effect.
It's going to have the opposite effect.
What you're doing is when you tell somebody you throw it down their face, you throw it in their face so much to do this, you better. It actually has the opposite effect.
Total.
And mofos, I bet you know what? F y'all. Guess what I'm about to do? And that's what they do.
It's like when you have a woman and she's with a man and the man is cheating on her. And the man is no good. He don't want to work. And no matter how hard you try to tell her that he ain't no good and she needs to get away from him, she rebels against your advice and she clings to him harder. And see, when you tried to tell them a long time ago that you have a problem, see, this was a black man voting for Trump in 2016 should have been a clear indicator to the Democrat Party that they had a problem with black male voters. But they wanted to keep propping black women up, and that's cool.
2000, what, 8%?
Yeah, I think he got like 8%.
Okay.
Now they're projecting anywhere between 13 to 20. That's going to hurt. That's going to hurt his chances in swing states that he needs.
If he gets between 13-20% of the black vote, he's got another 4 years.
He got another 4 years. Well, I mean, if he will win the election. He won't have another 4 years because
he would win the election.
If he wins the election and they don't keep the Senate, I think McConnell was gone. I think Lindsey Graham is gone.
Impeachment is and not only impeachment, but removal from office is a definite.
Yeah, impeachment is a move because I think those Senate. I think people find the Senate more problematic than they do Trump. Like people that are in the middle, independent voters, I think they find the Senate more problematic than they do Trump. Because the Senate hasn't done anything to protect the American public. They haven't done anything. Mitch McConnell has just pushed their agenda along. There's been no check and no balance. They pretty much they treat him like, oh yeah, it's nothing. That's just Trump. And people have gotten sick and tired of that. Even though Obama won, got the first 2 years, but they want some kind of check and balance system in place. And right now we don't have it. So with Trump in place, you can bet your ass that people are going to turn on the Senate. Now, whether that ends up with Trump getting reelected, I don't know. But the Senate is out of there. I think the Senate is gone.
If the Senate is out of there, then he's out of there.
Well, I think if he does not win re-election and Pelosi moves to go after him, I think that he'll resign and do it in such a way that Pence will pardon him.
You don't think so?
I think Pence will pardon Trump gonna pardon everybody he needs to pardon. Then he'll resign, and then Pence will pardon him, and then he only have to worry about state cases.
So this is Nixon all over again.
In a way, yeah.
What do you think, Bryan? I saw you had some expressions for something. What was on your mind?
This is the sad part where in a modern day sense, we get our influences from people who are totally not into politics. And the likes of Lil Wayne, Kanye West, 50 Cent, Ice Cube, I know he went on his Let Me Explain tour after the initial announcement of him in association with the Platinum Plan. I just felt like, okay, why are we entertaining this? I just feel like you saying the fact that young black men are influenced by Lil Wayne having a stupid picture with, getting that, okay from Donald Trump next to him is so ridiculous. It's like, look, yes. I knew the buffoonery even when Donald Trump was elected, when he had Ray Lewis, Jim Brown out there visiting him and things of that nature. I felt like, are you kidding? All Donald Trump is a socialite. That's all he ever was, and a bad one at that. And
not bad enough to get in the White House.
But here's the thing:
he's not in the White House with some help, and that's why Pelosi and his crew were trying to expose that. But just like TJ mentioned, that the Republican Senate didn't want to hear it, and it's just like, dude, you have the information. There's proof right here, and you didn't want to hear it, and you just let this thing go because, like you said, You just want to expose the, want to push that agenda and keep things moving. And this is where we're at now. It gotten to the point where it's like, are you fucking kidding me? Everyone, it's like, I understand it's beating down a dumb horse of, pushing, Democrats pushing the, get the black women to vote and all this stuff. But a black man doesn't listen half the time. Young black men don't listen half the time unless they're fully engaged into this stuff.
Do you know how easy it is to market to black men?
But
Young
hold
black
on.
men?
Let me jump on something Bryan said, because something Bryan said was important. He said when he first got in, Trump went after Jim Brown. He went after Steve Harvey.
Mm-hmm.
He went after Jim Brown, Steve Harvey, Ray Lewis. He went after the wrong people. Nobody gives a fuck about Ray Lewis. And only people in LA that dealt with Jim Brown's American organization, he really has influence there. Steve Harvey has a few listeners from his radio show, but he don't give a fuck about that demographic of black men. Is safe. Trump ain't going after them when he's going after these rappers. Biden want to sit with Cardi B? I'll sit with Ice Cube.
Why you think he called it the platinum plan?
No, listen.
That's all strategic.
Biden has a picture with him sitting with Young Jeezy. Okay, I'll get a photo out with Lil Wayne. Trump ain't stupid.
But this is what I'm talking about. This is the stupid shit. It's like, I don't need a fucking photo op. I really. What does a photo op?
You're not the demographic he's going
I understand that. I understand that. This is the sad part about it. This is where I feel like, are you either bring back civics class or something? Because this is some stupid shit.
Do you know how easy it is to market to young black men? All you have to do is put some shoes on a fucking celebrity. They're gonna go slide.
Nah, that's cheap. That's cheap.
And they're like a stupid cat chasing a mouse.
See, the mistake y'all doing is the same mistake Hillary did in 2016 when she called those white people deplorables. When you call people names and you dismiss their intelligence, what you do is you make them disengaged.
I'm seriously, are they that intelligent? Because if they were, they would understand they would find out and read what's really going on. Okay. Because pretty much they're just basing off of, Lil Wayne's with Trump today. Okay, I'll vote for Trump now.
It's not that simple. When you don't engage people, when you don't talk to them, when you don't ask them what their problem is. I mean, think about it. Historically, we have always seen Democrat candidates in rural America, in suburban America, in the factories that are way out that you never seen them in Southeast DC. You never seen them on the west side of Chicago. You never seen them in Liberty City. You never seen them in Watts. You never seen them in the Fifth Ward in Houston. You never see them where we're at. They go because they automatically assume that they have the black vote in lockstep. And what's happening now is a lot of people, all they want is for you to talk to them. And that's what Trump is doing so well with his campaign. He's going out and he's talking to these white people. He's having a conversation with them. He's not under the impression that, I'm assuming that just because they're white, they're going to vote Republican. Because they're white, they're going to vote for me. He's going out and he's engaging them. When you don't feel like you need to go out and you don't need to talk to people, this is how Hillary lost Wisconsin. Because she never stepped foot in state. She never felt like she needed to talk to them, to meet them, to look them in the face, and let them tell them this is what our concerns are. So she could say, I hear you. She felt like, I already got that. And what did she do? She lost the fucking state. And this is what Trump has figured out. He's not a politician. He's a salesman. He's pitched water. He's pitched ice. He's pitched steaks. He's pitched hotel rooms. He's pitched casinos. He's a pitch man. And the Democrats have not figured it out. And right now, he's going after the demographic that he feels like he can affect. He can't. I'm not going to vote for Trump. Y'all not going to vote for Trump. We're not the demographic he's looking for. He's not going to get us. He knows that. But if he can go after them youngsters who are tired of being ignored, despite the fact that
he's not going after y'all, because y'all are over the 43 age limit. But I, on the other hand, am still young.
God, back
He
on that
ain't
shit.
targeting my group because I'm young.
Okay, keep telling yourself that.
And here's the thing I've been asking. I asked the brother that I went to high school with that's in the nation. I'm like, you've been banging on Trump this whole time. You've been banging on Ice Cube this whole time. What is your contingency plan if Trump wins? Because if we spent a whole 4 years saying that we didn't have to talk to him. Even I was on that shit when Steve Harvey and them went and talked to him, which I thought was a bit premature because you didn't go with anything that I saw that you went with. But we spent the whole 4 years saying that we're not going to have a conversation with this administration. We let Kim Kardashian go up there and get a damn pardon or a clemency. We let them talk to Jared Kushner. We felt like we didn't need to have a conversation with him. So if you banging on him, see and like I said at the beginning, the Hispanic community is divided 50-50 Biden, 50-50 Trump. You want to know why? Because if Biden wins, he don't have no beef with the Hispanic community coming to him. If Trump wins, he don't have no beef with the Hispanic community coming to him because half of them will support him. Black people, we didn't lean so far left. We didn't went so far with Biden that if Trump wins, what's our contingency plan? To not speak to him for another 4 years and hope somebody can impeach him? It's stupid. There was never a wrong time to speak to the administration, except prior to him being sworn in. But there was no. So the way we banging on Ice Cube, the dude that wrote "fuck the police." The way we banging on him like he's somebody that just completely betrayed but he got a black wife, been with his wife the whole time, black family. We ain't never heard him in no kind of scandal, no shit like that. And we honestly are treating him like my buddy Ken keeps saying, Trump played us. Trump played him. He got played. Well, Cedric Richmond says that what Ice Cube said about the Democratic Party, saying that they'll talk to him after the election, didn't happen. But Ice Cube asked him to release the Zoom call to show what actually was said. Since you're going to go out here and you're going to put me on Front Street like that's not what happened, put it out there. They haven't done it. So who's getting played? So I'm not, it's just like we've leaned so far left and there's no other demographic that votes that way for a particular party in this country. Nobody, not even the gay community. You got plenty of gay Republicans. You got the Jewish community, Jews for Trump. You got Hispanics for Trump. Nobody votes one way for a particular party like black people do. So if black people are in the condition that we're in, and we voted 90+% for the Democratic Party, yet we're in the condition that we're in, then who is actually failing us? The party we stand behind. So why are we going to not demand anything up front in exchange for our votes?
Okay, here's my question. I really believe that who is really representing us in any form capacity? I mean, if because I didn't designate Ice Cube, Sean Combs, 50 Cent to be my voice. I never allowed that. I never said that. I just don't. To me, it's like I just don't see the whole point of having a celebrity talk to a supposed celebrity. It just doesn't make sense to me.
But
as much as Ice Cube and his productions, give jobs to people, that's fine. But really, it's just like, okay, what is Ice Cube going to do for the black community in Mississippi? I just don't see the connection there.
Okay,
I really don't.
If that's your attitude, then there's a saying that the kids use now, and I've adopted. It's called "keep that same energy." Because
I know that comment.
Cardi B sat down with Bernie Sanders. Mm-hmm. Killer Mike sat down with Bernie Sanders. Mm-hmm. Cardi B sat down with Joe Biden. Young Jeezy sat down with Joe Biden, and nobody seems to have a fucking problem with that. It's when I'm not saying,
but the thing is, let's say with them two. I know well, like one is like especially with Killer Mike. Killer Mike is, I mean, he's fully engaged. He does interviews. He's been involved in a lot of I wouldn't say political, but just more of getting community engagement things to where, again, striving for people to, be bigger and better for themselves. I understand his concept. Cardi B, I think she's there to not only educate others, but especially herself. Everyone thinks she's just a loudmouth, stupid girl who shows her tits and ass half the time. No, she's a smart woman. And she just wanted to hey, let me, a lot of people follow me, so let me bring in people so we can have a good conversation.
So
I understand that part. But my thing, though, is having a conversation is one thing to, again, the followers to say, hey, I had this conversation with this particular person, so that way you guys can see and hear what they have to say. That's one thing. But for them to be fully involved in building things, a part of this infrastructure of America, I rarely would see that.
So you're the mindset of shut up and dribble.
No, I'm not. Rap. I I didn't say that. No,
that's what it sounds like.
It's like I would like to see, not only have Cardi B there, have Killer Mike there, have Ice Cube there, have 50 Cent there, but also bring in those local community people up in there as well. Bring them to the table. It's one thing having celebrities up in the table. I need normal people up in the table.
Okay,
because all it's going to be is just it's just keep it in the house. That 1% that everyone's bitching about.
I hate to disappoint you, Bryan, because I know this is going to come to you as a shot. But Ice Cube wasn't sitting there with his two notebook tablets, one with his raps and one with the Contract for Black America. Contract for Black America was constructed with the assistance of Dr. Claude Anderson. It was constructed with Yvette Carnell and Antonio, I forgot his last name, of Tone Talks. There were a lot of community people in finance that helped him put that together. That's not something that Ice Cube thought up himself. He just presented the plan.
I get that.
Cardi B didn't have a plan when she spoke with Joe Biden. She didn't have a plan. All she had was fucking Instagram followers.
And just wanting to have a conversation.
But she was willing to, but Ice Cube invited both parties to speak to him about his contract with Black America. Mm-hmm. If Trump was smart enough, if his campaign was smart enough to figure, hey, Ice Cube has credibility in the Black community with young Black people who we have identified as our target audience. We're going to have a conversation with him. We're going to have a publicized conversation. Even though it was a private conversation, we're going to let everybody know we talked to Ice Cube. Hey, remember us, the ones that talked to Kanye West? Now we talking to Lil Wayne. Now we're speaking to you. We're speaking to you, young Black man, ages 18 to 30 years old. We're talking to you because we're willing to talk to them. And if you keep getting to the point where you're saying that I really want to sit down and speak with Kenneth Scott, okay, let me just take a break. Let me take a break to lob some bombs. Me and Kenneth Scott went to high school together. And Kenneth Scott, I have told him this a multitude of times, that he is nothing but the liberal version of a Trump-tard. A Trump-tard is a Trump supporter who, no matter what the facts are, the cognitive dissonance will make them ignore everything to support Trump. He is the total opposite of that political coin. Me and him argue day in and day out. And it's like, when you don't have the ability to question anything a politician tells you, that disturbs me about you as a voter, because you're a wasted vote. Cedric Richmond was the boy that after maybe 2 weeks of everybody dogging Ice Cube, that's the one who they pushed out of the closet. Okay, you handle this. And he said some things, and he said that didn't happen, that I gave him my number and blah, blah, blah. Ice Cube made a simple request. Instead of us going back and forth, release the Zoom call. Nothing else from Cedric Richmond. See, I don't believe Cedric Richmond. I believe Ice Cube exactly what he said. That he invited them. He told us he had the plan. He invited them to talk to him about the plan. And they decided on their own, we'll get to you afterwards. And Ice Cube, even though he's 50 years old, that demographic that Trump is having so much success with is the one that they can continue to dismiss. And that's the demographic that's going to cost them the fucking election.
So,
yeah, I've like that too.
4 days from tonight, and Kenneth Scott is. We should just bring him on the show, or we should invite him on, man.
I can get him to come on now.
Bring him on. Bring Kenneth Scott on here.
Let me send him the link. I'm gonna send him the link so he gonna jump on. But trust me, he'll talk our heads off. Shit.
We got 30 minutes in the show left. So it's not
okay. Yeah, we got 30 minutes in the show because I have a very attractive wife upstairs that's waiting on me.
Yeah.
So.
This man. Anyway, so this is what the election is 4 days away. When we come back, we ain't going yet. I'm just letting y'all know because I got a good feeling I won't be able to get this in. When we come back on our next show, we're gonna talk about the election results, and also for the first time in a while, dudes talk shit. It's gonna get a little serious, okay? Because there's another show.
Serious now.
I mean, it is serious now. You know what I'm saying? But
and what happened to the strippers and the?
Well, this was an impromptu show we decided to do. We didn't, this was impromptu. I just hit TJ up and said, let's go on tonight. Let's talk some shit. So the next show, we're going to talk about something else serious that I wanted to talk about because I heard another podcast talking about it. And since we all black on here, I figured we would talk about the black family. That's something I really want to get into because I heard another podcast talk about it. First of all, it's when you focus on us as black people and why our families aren't together and why we have baby mamas and baby daddies and that type of shit, I think you need to hear it from the horse's mouth. So we're gonna get into that the next show. Just something I wanted to talk about. But for now, we're gonna keep it to this tonight. Kenneth Scott hopefully will come on. This is gonna be interesting.
Yeah, Ken, I sent you the link in the inbox on Facebook. I know you want to jump on and talk that bullshit, but I mean, they want to already know what the fuck.
He has to shut up and dribble now.
Hopefully we can get Kenneth Scott has good.
I don't see the problem. It's not that I don't see the problem. It is a problem. There you go. There go the motherfucker.
There we go.
I don't see the problem. I don't see the problem. Well, it's not that I don't see the problem. I'm not surprised that Trump is doing what he's doing, and he's going to have success at it.
Because look, Trump, all he has ever been, like I said, is a wannabe socialite, and that's all he tries to attract. Bro. I mean, I mean, even
here's the thing.
I mean, when you have like Charlemagne God said, celebrity in chief, that means it's not serious.
It got him in the White House. I don't care.
No, the Russians got him in the White House, not celebrities.
You said what got him in the White House?
I said the Russians got him in the White House, not celebrities.
Oh, no. I don't think the Russians got him in the White House.
Me neither.
And Ken can attest to this because I wrote him about it. Hillary was just the wrong candidate.
True.
In the primaries, she was losing to him or tied in damn near every poll when Bernie Sanders was wiping him out. And instead of the DNC and people like Ken looking at that and say, hey, maybe I'm supporting the wrong person. Because Ken seems to think that she was the most qualified person to be president ever, but she wasn't electable. She couldn't be Barack Obama. She couldn't be Trump.
Ken says the audio is choppy, so hopefully he
probably got shitty. He got shitty internet.
Yeah, because the audio sounds good right here. So maybe the internet is not good, sir. But yeah, I don't think the Russians got him in there. That's bullshit. I think what happened is just as you said, he's a celebrity in chief, and the presidential races is fucking popularity contest.
It's a popularity contest.
If it was a popularity contest, then Hillary would have won because that's what the popular vote is. Not the electoral college got him in, and that's fucked up.
if it wasn't a popularity contest, Trump wouldn't even sniffed Hillary Clinton.
That's what I'm saying.
Hold on, Brian. You got to remember how many people was running for president on the Republican side when Trump was in the primary. Wasn't it like 19?
The same amount that were running on the Democratic side.
I understand that, but again, that whole mess of people. Everyone, when you're focused on, it's like, ooh, he's a celebrity. Everyone knows Trump. Half the people, and all the other people, is like maybe 2 or 3 people that were running for president in 2016 on the Republican side. Barely anyone either. Like maybe 2. They only knew 2 other people besides Trump. Everybody else was like, who the hell are these people? So I understand the fact of that essence of, it's like back in high school, popularity will get you in and all that stuff. But like I said, when you get with the whole election system, let's go ahead and get in this aspect. The whole election system for pretty much this century so far is such bullshit. Where you have Trump and George W. getting in with the Electoral College, and they lose the popularity vote. If it's a popularity contest, as you stated,
but that.
Let me ask you this, Brian: if Trump wins the popularity contest, this one, but loses the electoral votes, then what do you think then?
What
I think is the same thing. You need to eliminate the Electoral College. We're the only nation.
What he asked you was, if Trump loses the Electoral
College. I said what I said. I said, I'm okay with the popular vote. If Trump wins by the popular vote, fine. All right, I'll accept that. But the thing is, you have the Electoral College, puts out there who wins. My thing is, if I have to debate, it's like, okay, I understand the systems that we have, but at the same time, it feels like we need to get rid of the Electoral College.
I don't think we disagree with what you're saying. I will say this though. There's an old saying, and I'm pretty sure both of you all have heard it. Those that don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it. Period.
Right.
And I think that the Democrat Party is doing the same thing with a slightly better candidate than because Biden didn't go and get a milquetoast vice presidential candidate like Hillary did. Hillary chose Tim Kaine, and that's just like the white of white. Then she didn't campaign in Wisconsin, which Obama won. Then you lost among white women. Then you pandered to black people. You went on Roland Martin and you did the wobble. You went on a Breakfast Club and you said you keep hot sauce in your purse when the Beyonce song was popular. It's like, and then Charlamagne asked you that you're going to be accused of pandering, and she said, well, is it working? It's bad. It was bad fucking politics. So they learned slightly from that. We're going to go get a black candidate. Now, I think Kamala Harris didn't bring much to the table. Kamala, whatever her damn name is.
Harris.
Miss Harris.
If you respect black women, respect her name.
Mrs. Harris didn't bring anything. I think that there were plenty other more qualified black women who would have added to the ticket, particularly in swing states, which they need. I don't think she's going to help. I don't think she's going to help poor white women. I just don't think she's going to help poor white women. She's not going to pull white men. She's not going to pull anybody from the rural areas. She's not going to do that. Biden has the coronavirus going on his side, and Trump acting like it's not going on, and the numbers aren't surging. So Trump, at this point, shut up, kid. You keep repeating it. You keep repeating it. They met that Ice Cube never said that they did not meet with him, and I never said that they did not meet with him. What Ice Cube said was they met with him and they told him, we will get back with you about your plan after the election. That's what Ice Cube said. So, Ken, I'm very good at following the conversation and you can't keep using these shiny objects to try to distract me, to deviate from what the topic is. He never said he didn't meet with them. What he said was they told him, we like your plan. We'll talk to you about it after the election. If we don't disagree on that, there's no point of contention here. So stop saying that shit, okay? Thank you. So back to what I'm saying. Those that don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it. If you look and saw that Obama carried all these black men and all these black women, and then Trump came along, and these black men sat home, these black men voted for Trump, you have to look at what you did wrong. And what they did was they looked at that election down in Alabama and saw that black women came out in the polls. Was it Doug Brown, whatever his name?
Doug Jones, I think.
Doug Jones.
Yeah.
Oh, black women are the key. Black women are just part of it. If you act like black men are just following lockstep with black women, you're fucking wrong. And then you have idiots like this. Can I say it, Trump? I ain't said it in a long time. Right. This funky bitch, Jamel Hill, with her misandrist, black man hating ass.
What?
Misandrist.
Okay.
Black man hating ass. Talking about, I think is it me or is it some black men giving out different political energy than black women? Are black people a monolith or are we not a monolith? I mean, because I keep hearing people say black people are not a monolith, but black men are supposed to follow on the coattails of black women. You can't have it both ways. And you keep putting that energy out there, and black men are looking at that, they're like, fuck you. We know where that's coming from. We know, we know exactly where that's coming from. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to use our own mind. We're going to vote what we feel is our best interest. And we're going to vote for who the fuck we want to. Whether it's going to be...
the hell? I don't know.
Who the fuck is that goofball?
I don't know. I don't know.
He said a lazy guy.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck.
You know, you keep shitting on black men, and eventually they're gonna be like, all right, bet. Because I mean, when Trump got elected, the country was supposed to go up in flames.
Kind of did.
The world was supposed to blow. It did not happen till COVID. Let's be honest. And even though he was riding off the work that Obama did, because a lot of that shit that was going on was because of Obama era policy.
All politicians take credit for the last administration if it done well.
If it would have been fucked up, he would have blamed Obama. But because it was good, he took credit for it. I'm not stupid. I know the difference. But had it not been for COVID, Trump will be riding on record numbers as far as the stock market, as far as the economy, which ain't had shit to do with any of the motherfucking policies that he put in place. Had nothing to do with it. But he was going to be able to stand on that. So Biden got lucky with COVID and the way Trump is handling COVID, even a motherfucker called COVID. But I personally feel that black men are going to either vote third party, stay home, or a lot of black men are going to be spiteful and vote for Trump. And that's going to be the lesson that the Democrat Party is going to have to learn. We got to speak to all the black people, not just black women.
I understand that. But I really think, let's say that nowadays, everyone's getting, I mean, especially around when it comes to this time, they get bombarded for like good 2 years of, hey, vote for me. Here's my policies. Here's a whole bunch of debates and all that stuff. I mean, mind you, we didn't need the second debate. Because it pretty much was like almost a mirror image of the first one, but thanks there was a nice mute button to help take out Trump for a hot second. But the thing is I really think it's like a lot of people are in a position now to where it's like, look, things aren't changing, but they forget the fact it's like, if we had the same energy 2 years from now, Like you said, maintain the same energy. Will we have the same energy 2 years from now when it gets to the governor races? No. Because why? Because no one fully cares. No one's interested and all that stuff. No celebrities talking to governors. But the thing is, it's like these are the people who really fully, truly affect your fucking life of where you live. And everyone forgets that shit.
Here's the question I want to ask. How fucking bad and disconnected from the demographic that supports you, how fucking bad and disconnected from that democratic do you have to be to lose to Trump? Not just one time, but possibly twice. How fucking bad and disconnected. And see, this is the thing. This is the thing that's a question you have to ask. How fucked up do you have to be? How bad of a campaign? How disengaged are you? How are you not disengaging one party, one demographic? Now, Joe Biden, first thing he said when he announced he was running, that his first day in office, his primary thing would be LGBT legislation. How did you drop the ball there, bro? How did you drop the ball there? That's 4% of the fucking population. How did you just overlook the demographic that votes 90% for your party? You skip right over them and say, I'm going to make LGBT legislation the first thing that I do when I get in office. That's how fucking disconnected you are. And that's not my fault. That's not the good Trump's fault. That's not Bryan 3SL's fault. You're just fucking stupid. Because that would have been you have tried to curry favor with 4% of the population. 4. That's what the population of LGBT members in the United States is. 4%. And you said you fuck the black people. Fuck the black people who I know I'm going to need. I'm just going to assume that I get them.
You don't vote for me, man.
I'm going to go after gay people.
You ain't black. You don't vote for me. You ain't black.
And I don't think he recovered from that. I don't think he can. At this point, not unless his ass turns up on the Breakfast Club Monday.
Because he's going up against George Trump.
George Trump.
That's what he called him the other day. He called him George.
I'm like, you said that, and then I was just trying to be a smart guy. No, you wasn't. Because that's what you and your party think about black voters.
Here's my thing with black people. And this is my thing. And I'm going to just say this. This is probably generic, but I'm going to say it. Stop voting every time you see somebody with a D next to their name. Stop automatically giving them your vote. I think every black person should be independent and listen to each candidate. Listen to the candidates. And then make your decision. Oh, Democrat, you got me. You a fucking fool. It's like you still on the plantation. I'm not saying vote Republican either. Fuck both of them. But somebody got to get my vote. So I'm going to look at who's the best man for the job. In my opinion, like I said, I'm independent. I went from Democrat to independent. Fucking Governor of Maryland's a fucking Republican doing a tremendous job.
He's a dickhead, though.
Yeah, he's a dickhead, but he's doing a good job.
He's a dickhead talking about he's going to write in Ronald Reagan. And that,
you know what?
That to me
it's just a trolling joke.
I'm like, dude, you're tone deaf. If you don't realize what, because you're gonna need black people to vote for you, and for you to say I'm gonna write Reagan in,
I know
Reagan.
I'm just fucking
Reagan of all the presidents, Reagan.
Yeah. Why didn't you just put in
how Reagan fucked us up? You really gonna say Reagan?
Who was it? Who ran a few years ago? They got like 3% of the vote in South Carolina. Suck my balls. What was his name? What they call that man?
You could have said anybody.
Yeah, you could have said that. You said Ronald Reagan. But cool. But look, I'm
gonna write in Ronald Reagan. Why did you look? If you wanted to go after a Republican president and you were gonna write in a dead president, you had a lot of dead presidents you could have chosen. You could have said, I'm gonna write in Lincoln. It's like, the party of Lincoln. You said Reagan. Fuck you, dude.
Like that's like
I would have considered voting for you for president, but after just that, tone deaf. You fucking tone deaf.
Well, he got a beef with Trump anyway. So he don't fuck with Trump.
But I don't care. You still
Reagan is dead, man.
Reagan is dead.
Name. I mean, mind you, it's
you going a little. No, you going a little too far.
He wants to still show himself with the
Reagan
party.
is dead. Reagan
like, hey, why not Reagan?
So we gonna forget who Reagan is.
We don't need a history.
I know who Reagan is. I understand that.
We gonna forget Governor Reagan. Who
we know what fucking Reagan did. We don't need.
No. You're gonna get a brief one.
Oh God!
You're gonna get Reagan.
Going back then.
Reagan, who attacked the Black Panthers and got rid of motherfucking open carry in California because of them.
Who the fuck is giving Reagan credit up on here?
Listen what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying.
This is who he said. Why didn't you say Lincoln, you dumb motherfucker? Why would you say a motherfucker who black people see as an enemy to their community? Because I don't know too many black people that fuck with Reagan.
No, I don't fuck with Reagan.
More people fuck with Trump than they do Reagan.
I don't fuck with Reagan, but I'm gonna give him a pass on that one.
I'm not.
Well, I am. I'm gonna give him a pass on that one. He's done a good job so far. If I start seeing his policies leaning towards Reagan, then I'm gonna have a problem. What you say about Reagan, I don't give a fuck about. What I'm looking at is your actions, and so far, I like his actions. Now, when I see policies leaning toward Reagan and that shit, then we'll have an issue.
Well, here's the thing that people don't take into consideration when they think of our illustrious governor. He don't have a house, and he don't have a state legislature. So there's only so much he could do anyway.
Well, true.
It leans hard left.
I said I like what he's doing,
but a lot of things
he has to
accomplish around here in Maryland.
He has to. I can promise you that his policies would be diametrically different if the Republicans had both houses. I can promise you that. He has to work.
Never happen.
He has to work with Democrats because it's not like he could just write something and make it happen. He has to go through the state legislature. So he is forced to work with them. I'm pretty sure that if he had a Republican House and Republican Senates, it would be a lot different here in the state.
But I think he's done a lot more than when Bob Ehrlich was the governor. Bob Ehrlich had certain things kind of set up, but really things didn't pan out because of the fact of the Democrats holding the delegates' houses and all that stuff. But I think Hogan understood the game when he came in, realizes like, you know what, let's work together and make things better for Maryland, and he has. And I think instead of trying to enforce certain things and try to bulldoze some Republican agenda out there, he kind of worked with them, and I think that's why he's been very successful here. And now, and surprised that a Democratic state, a blue state, and the Republican governor doing very well in it is pretty good. Meaning the fact that two opposing parties can work together and build something together. Whatever comments he has, again, to me that was just trolling shit, though.
No, I think he's a dickhead. You should have said Lincoln. If you're gonna do that, say Lincoln. Why say Reagan?
So he's lost.
It's supposed to be the party of Lincoln. Why not go to Lincoln? No, everybody loves
a long time.
Everybody loves Lincoln. Most people don't like Reagan.
So he's lost you now. That's what you saying.
Yeah, he's lost me. Fuck him.
Jesus.
Fuck him.
Well, I'm gonna tell you,
did anybody
vote for him in 2020? I'm just telling you right now. There is in 2024. There is one person that you can vote for in 2024.
I'm just
telling you right now, and that's me. Black Trump. So for all of you motherfuckers out there who are sad about what's going on today, you have hope in 2024 because there's going to be a Trump in office for the next 8 years because after he leaves, another Trump is going in. The good Trump. Let me tell you, I will make black people pay no taxes. 4 years, everything you get is tax-free, even your weed. Food stamps for every black American for the next 8 years when I'm in office. When I'm in office, my vice president will be TJ, the Chicago Kid.
Oh Lord!
I don't want
I know he's not gonna be fascinating, so he can be president. 2024. My whole plan GoodTrump2024.com. Look it up.
Wait a minute. You're not using me as an insurance policy so nobody assassinates your ass because nobody wants me as president.
Nigga,
You're not
I'm
using
gonna
me
have
as
them
no.
looking at you so you don't have a plot to assassinate me so you can become president.
No, I'm just saying, them motherfuckers be trying before if they really want to kill you, they gotta kill me first because they don't want me to be the motherfucker that be sworn in after you. Because my policies are going to be a little bit more extreme. And I just wanted to say this: the views expressed by the good Trump is his and his alone. I ain't running with that motherfucker. I'll be the secretary of hoes. But I don't want to be vice president of the United States.
You can't be the secretary of hoes. You can't do that.
I don't want to be the secretary. I want to be vice president. Motherfuckers will knock my ass off.
So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get through these next 4 years. Whether it's Kamala Harris or Donald Trump. I'm not even talking about Joe Biden. He ain't gonna make it. Let's get through these next 4 years, and then good Trump, will be your fucking savior. I'm telling
you. You talking about Biden ain't gonna make it. Trump then caught the coronavirus. He fucked porn stars without no condom. And look, he is primed to catch something. So I wouldn't even worry.
His wife,
huh?
He ain't fucking his wife.
You see what I'm saying? All it's gonna take is a woman that he likes to fuck him that got the clap. We ain't gonna have to worry about his ass.
Maybe he wouldn't be so angry and so hyped up if he got some pussy from his wife. His wife ain't giving him shit.
She won't even hold his hand.
Here's a quick question. If Trump does lose, do you feel that Melania is going to divorce him?
Oh, they can divorce today. Yeah. Hell yeah.
She might. You know what? She might not. It might be. She might just leave him and stay with him. But divorcing him because she's probably under a motherfucking a prenuptial agreement where she ain't gonna get nothing anyway. So it might be best for her to just to go on and tell him, look, motherfucker, if you don't give me write that check every month, I'm gonna tell him where the bones are, where the body.
She is leaving this motherfucker. He's gonna give her everything she wants because she got too much dirt on him on the White House. She is gone. As soon as January comes, soon as what day they November 4th, she's filing for divorce.
It's going to be. It's the next couple of days is going to be interesting. Y'all stop being mad at Lil Wayne. Y'all stop being mad at Ice Cube. Y'all stop being mad at anybody that go and talk to these politicians because just like those politicians can go talk to them, you too can go find out who your congressional rep is. You can find out who your Senate rep is. You can contact the White House and get you to a liaison. Y'all can go and push your agenda if you want to. So stop getting mad at people using their platform to reach out and push an agenda.
I'm telling y'all right now, in the final say before we get out of here, the Senate and the House races are more important than this presidential race.
Very much more important.
So y'all need to focus on that instead of these two goofballs because they trying to distract you from that. The Senate and the House races are more important. So if you haven't voted already, that's where you need. If you want to make a change there.
Look, in order for them to get
South Carolina, listen.
In order to get the Senate, they only need to flip 3 seats and maintain their seats. That's all they need. You got Mitch McConnell running. You got Lindsey Graham running, and they're in very tight races in Kentucky and South Carolina. And then you see Purdue is in a tight race in Georgia, and he's motherfucking under investigation for selling off all his stocks after that meeting about coronavirus. So his opponent just called him a fucking crook to his face during their debate. So it's a lot. Look, I tell people, all you got to do is get the House and the Senate. You get rid of Trump that way. You get the House and the Senate, you get rid of Trump.
Even if he win the presidency, you get the House and the Senate.
You get the House and the Senate. He can't do nothing. He can write a bunch of executive orders that's going to get shot the fuck down because he don't have the power to create policy. No, McConnell is going to lose. Amy McGrath is going to beat him.
Look, y'all, we are Dudes Talk Shit on the Vince Russo Network on YouTube. If you want to subscribe, do a search on Vince Russo Network. Subscribe, like all of our shit on there, and share this link. And do that for us, man. This is the Good Trump in 2024. Bryan 3SL Lyles for the BS, and TJ the vote suppressor who already voted, so he didn't suppress his own vote. That's it, y'all. We'll catch y'all on the next episode. That's it. We'll see you when you see later.
Peace.